Hello and welcome to my channel, The Danish Readaholic. Today I'm gonna be doing my TBR game. Alright, so before we go into the game, I just want to talk very briefly about the books that I read last month, because that will determine if I have to do a punishment or not. So this was the pile of books that I was supposed to read, and as you might be able to tell already now, I haven't read Reaper at the Gates, but I read everything else and I'm gonna talk more about it in my wrap-up. So I am gonna try and get a Reaper at Gates on my TBR because I do really want to finish it. This actually leads me to a rule that I don't think I have addressed, but I just quickly, want to mention, because a lot of TBR games works that way that if you have started a book, it does not count as a punishment. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently because it would just be too easy for me to just pick it up, read 3 pages, and then be like, oh, well, I started it now. So if I am halfway or over halfway, it does not count as a punishment. If not, then I will have to count it as a punishment. Also, that adds a little bit of an additional rule. If I take the punishment, which means that if I'm under halfway, then I can add it to my TBR, like I can fit it to a card if possible, obviously. If not, like if I'm over halfway, so closer to being done, I cannot include it in my game, which means that even if I got a card that would fit, I cannot include it because I'm over halfway. So now that we have that out of the way, I think we should get to it, because I actually also have a Readathon that I want to talk about this month. So cue the rolls. Alright, so first up I'm gonna have to move one step back because I didn't finish a Reaper at the Gates, so let's do that first. And then let's get to the first roll. It is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A DreamWorks card. Oh, Crudes. Read a book by a Danish author. Alright, so first up we got Danish author, which I want to read, but I didn't really want to read this month. For that, I have picked Monstera by Elena. This is translated to The Shamer's Daughter, and yes, it has actually been translated to English. This is one of the more popular Danish fantasies, and I never read it, not even like when it was released or when it was really popular amongst my classmates. And now I am picking it up. This is a combination of the first 2 books, and I am actually really excited to get to it. In this, we follow, I don't remember her name, Dina, who is the daughter of a shamer, and basically a shamer can tell all of your regrets and lies and betrayals and everything. She can tell just by looking at you. So she is not, liked very much. I am really excited to get into this because I have like no clue what it's about aside from that. So, first book on my TBR, not what I expected to put on my TBR this month, but here we are. Next roll. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 year. Then I landed on the 1 year tile, which is where I have to pick a book that I've had for over a year. Which at first I was like, oh no, I didn't really want that because there was a lot of new books that I have recently gotten that I really wanted to read. But I can actually fit my first line book on here because I have had Spin the Dawn for over a year. Not this copy specifically, but I did have another copy before this one because I am strange like that and I wanted to switch for the new covers. Don't ask me why, I do stupid things. But this is Spin the Dawn. I think this is about a tailor who has to like spin something from the moon and the sun and the stars to become the Emperor's tailor or something along those lines. I know what it's about because I've read it like a million times, like I've read the back a million times and the blurbs and everything, but I'm not gonna read it right now because I kind of don't want to know because I kind of forgot. So, but I know it's something about tailoring and a different kind of magic than what I am used to, so here we are. I'm excited. Third roll. 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we get a free pick from the Barbie pile because the tile that I landed on was from the 12 Dancing Princesses. So I'm gonna do The Island Princess, and that is to read a book with an orphan or someone who is away from their parents. Then I got a Barbie free pick, and I am ecstatic. So I picked The Island Princess, and that is to read a book with an orphan or someone who is away from their parents. I managed to fit this on. We follow in this Laia and Elias, and well, Elias isn't an orphan, but Laia is, and that is not a spoiler, I think, because they're dead in the beginning of the first book, so it's not really a spoiler. So I'm gonna go for this because it's the third book and her parents are still dead. So I'm so tired, which is why I'm so insensitive. I managed to fit this on. I'm so excited. I want to finish this damn series. Fourth roll. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A free pick. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we can find. I'm gonna go for God School, which is to read the first book in a series. Then I got another free pick. Yay, me. We got a DreamWorks free pick. No, we didn't. We got a free pick. I decided to go for God's School, which is this like YouTube animated series. I don't know if you can find it other places than YouTube, but I found it on YouTube and I freaking loved it. One of the main characters is Ares, and I'm here for it. And you're not gonna believe this. I went for a middle grade. Ever since I saw that there would be a sequel for this, I've just had this urge to pick it up. So I'm gonna be reading the Mistook School of Musicraft this month. And I'm actually really, really excited. I do think that this might be one of the first books that I'm gonna pick up. I don't know what this is about, honestly. I think it is something with magic tied to music, and then we have this main character who kind of butchers her audition for this musical school. That is the extent of my knowledge, and I'm not even sure that what I just said is accurate. Here we are. Final roll. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's another free pick from DreamWorks. Great. I'm gonna go for Kung Fu Panda, which is to read the next book in a series. The final roll gave me another free pick, and this time it was a DreamWorks one, which worked perfectly because I got to pick Kung Fu Panda, which is to continue a series. Well, read the next book in a series. I'm gonna finish this, and I'm gonna finish it in February. This is like my goal. I know I said that Mistook School for Musicraft was probably the one that I was gonna pick up first. This one is. Like, as soon as I finish The Reaper at the Gates, I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna binge it, I'm gonna finish the series, and I'm gonna love it, hopefully. Here we are, we're gonna finish it. I'm excited, ecstatic, happy, yes. And obviously I can't tell you much about what this is about. It's the fourth book in a series. I don't even know what's gonna happen, so yes. So that was all the rolls. Now I'm gonna talk about something that I learned about a couple hours ago actually, and decided to join for no apparent reason other than the fact that this is a Sims Readathon. I unfortunately have also already forgotten the creator of this Readathon, but I'm gonna link her announcement video down below, and also just, you know, her channel in general. And I am so excited. Like, if there is ever a moment where I'm like, do I want to read or do I want to play The Sims? This is honestly the toughest decision ever. And twice now in January, I have prioritized playing Sims over reading, which is also why I didn't get to finish A Reaper at the Gates. We're gonna be combining it this month and doing the Sims Readathon. So I have the prompts on my phone, and I'm gonna show you which books I'm gonna read for each prompt. We have 9 prompts, but I can double up, I can triple up, I can pick one book for all of it if that is what I want. So I have picked some books and I am excited to show you, so let me just go through it. First up, we have the team prompts, and I chose to go for a team land grab, and that is an opulent book. Honestly, I feel like I could pick any of the, you know, Ember in the Ashes books, even naked, or, you know, with the cover, because they're both stunning and they have this gorgeous foiling on them, and I am just here for it. So I'm gonna, you know, go for either of those. I think I'm just gonna go for Reaper at the Gates because I'm gonna finish that first. Next up, we have the base game, which is, you know, Sims, and that was to pick a reread. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself when I have like 2 really big books on my TBR for February, which is also, you know, the shortest month. So why am I doing this to myself? I don't know. But I am gonna say that, you know, I'm gonna prioritize my, you know, my TBR game picks, because they are the ones that will grant me a punishment. So if I realize that I can't make it to this, I do have some other choices like in the back of my head that I could pick for a reread, some shorter books. I read all of my short books in December, basically, and I could just, you know, reread one of those and call it a day. I really hope I can get to this. Then we have Living Large, which is to read a book over 500 pages. So I have 2 books that will kind of work for this, but I am obviously going to go with the one that is already on my TBR. I could go with Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong, with the acknowledgements and the author note and everything. This is over 500. However, this is over 500 without all of those things, and I am going to read it no matter what, because I want to finish the series, as I've said a million times. So I am gonna put that here. Then we have House Party, which is to read multiple POVs. I'm gonna pick A Reaper at the Gates. Again, we have multiple POVs. Next up we have Hot Date, and that is a romance. I kind of want to pick this again without knowing, but you know, there is a little bit of a romance in this, and if not, then there's sure to be a romance in some of the others, and if not, then there's definitely a romance in These Violent Delights. One of them is bound to work, but I'm putting my money on A Reaper at the Gates. Then we have Vacation. When will we be tired of me picking this damn book for every single prompt? We are gonna go on an adventure in this, I am expecting, at least, because we did both in the first one, also in the sequel, and I'm guessing we're gonna be doing this same thing in this one. If not, then I got my backup book, which is Salt and Stone by Victoria Scott. This is a sequel to Fire and Flood that I read last year, and again, I want to finish the series. So then we have Unleashed, which is a book that features an animal. There's a lot of animals in this. Everyone kind of has a Pandora, which is a little companion, and most of them are animals. So here we go. Then we have Superstar, which is a famous main character. I feel like I could pick this for Elias. He is kind of famous. He is the commandant's daughter. But I could also pick the Shamer's daughter, because she's basically famous for being the Shamer's daughter. So there's that. It will be either of those. I think I'm gonna go for this one because I've picked this one for a million prompts already. And the final one is Making Magic. The prompt for that is fantasy. I wonder if I will be able to fulfill the prompt. I can. I think I could have picked almost anything for this, because all of the books, yes, actually all of the books, maybe except for Salt and Stone, but all of the books are fantasy. I think Salt and Stone is more dystopian. I'm just gonna put Spin the Dawn on for this one. I think that was it for this TBR, and I'm not gonna talk any longer. I'm actually really excited for this TBR. There were some books that I didn't really expect to put on here, or well, there were one book that I didn't really expect to put on here, but I'm actually not mad about it, and I am excited to go into it. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment telling me what you will be reading in February. If you like this video, please hit the like icon, and if you want to see more of my bookish content, then please hit subscribe. Also, if you want to be notified every single time that I post, you can hit the little bell icon, and that would just mean the world to me. And until I see you next time, bye!